Thanks for stopping by. We just moved to South Florida just recently, and we found a really cool thing called SniffSpot. It's an application where you can actually rent out people's backyards. When you have aggressive dogs and you're trying to find a dog park to go throw a ball around or whatever, it's really tricky to find a place that's private and open. SniffSpot's where it's at, and we're gonna talk about it right now. We're inside now because apparently it gets pretty hot in August in South Florida, as you can tell from the opening there. I had a little sweat going on, but I digress. So I did some research on SniffSpot and the guy that actually invented or came up with this idea, and his name is David Adams. Now apparently this guy worked for Microsoft for a few years, and he also had something kind of like Airbnb. They weren't really descriptive in the article, but it was pretty interesting. I read it, and he lives in Washington, Seattle, Washington, I believe. In a major city, if you have a dog, especially if you have an aggressive dog, like I was saying, it's really tricky to try to find that spot that you can take your dog, get exercise and get stretched out and do all the things that dogs do. Us finding this down here for our dogs was an absolute home run, and this is what this video is about. David Adams, he's the guy that made the whole thing, and because he had a dog as well, he wanted to find a place where he can take his dog that he had to worry about other dogs, because sometimes all dogs just don't always get along exactly. In fact, we got some footage tonight of us going for a walk with Jackson, and this is him in a completely controlled state. He was actually a good boy just now, so this is just him mildly aggressive. And that was dogs that were like over there. Now, once you have dogs like next to him on the street, it's totally different. And before anyone starts judging, we do have a trainer that we're trying to work with him. So yeah, we're trying to correct those behaviors, but we wanted to kind of show why we made this video and whatever. So back to you, Fred. There that was, thanks. Regardless though, we got some footage of the SniffSpot that we went to. It's super easy to use. All you have to do is download the app on either iOS or Android. Once you get that downloaded, create your account, make your profile, which SniffSpot recommends that you take a good picture of yourself to upload. You know, there's strangers going to other strangers' houses, so SniffSpot wants to make sure that everyone is safe, and it's a fun thing that is very inclusive for a lot of folks to use, so that's important. Also, there's a fun bio section for your doggos that you can actually upload photos of them, and you can talk about their personalities and things that, you know, they are into or whatever, or the whole purpose of why you're taking your dogs to SniffSpot instead of just taking them out in public, unlike our Hannibal Lecter that we have. So that's the thing, but I thought it was pretty cute, so I uploaded pictures of both of our dogs. And there's Jackson and Gemma right there on our page. Once you get the app open, it has a very intuitive map system, just like Google Maps or Apple or whatever. All the locations in your area pop up on your map. They all include a brief description of the property, pictures showing the gate or the fence situation that the property has, and there's a lot of helpful reviews that other people, pet owners, will write for those properties. Kate and I were very tentative at first because we've never done one of these. We've never been to a property other than our own, and we know that, you know, the fence was there. We had a grasp of the security of the property. We have two huskies that definitely like to run when they get the chance, so we wanted to be careful getting there, making sure that the gate and the fence and everything else was completely secured and you could rest at ease letting your dog off its leash. So reading those reviews definitely helped. Hearing from other people in our situation that had a good experience there, it definitely made us feel more comfortable trying out SniffSpot. And then once you find the location with the cost or maybe the type of backyard or type of situation you're looking for. You check your availability, you go over to that spot and you book it, all the directions will follow. So once you have your spot booked, the host of the property will send you a message, let you know what that actual physical address is, give you any specific rules to their property, what gate to use, if there's a code, where the street parking is, all that really important stuff that you got to know, because you're going to a neighborhood most likely that you've never been into before. Also very handy to know too, and it should just be this way, but if you take your dog there, if it poops on the yard, you gotta pick up the poop. If you bring anything onto the property, make sure you take those things off of the property as well. Overall, I thought it was really enjoyable. Our dogs absolutely loved it. You can book in hour increments. I don't believe that there was, as long as it's open, you can book it for as many hours as you want. Once you throw the ball around for your dog, as you can tell in this footage right here that you're seeing, our dog's tired out pretty quickly. And so we only stayed on property for about 40 minutes. And by then, they were pretty much both shot and it was time to go. We really enjoyed it. I would say we absolutely recommend trying out SniffSpot. Even if you are a host, maybe you have a backyard, you don't even have an animal, but it's a secure backyard and you want to make a couple extra bucks, some of these places are charging anywhere from $4 an hour up to $12 an hour per animal. If you have a big backyard and you are at work, or maybe you don't use your backyard as much, this is probably a really great opportunity to make a couple extra bucks on the side. And if you live in a city and you have mildly aggressive dogs that don't really play well with others, this is definitely the thing that you gotta check out. Let us know in the comments if you've used SniffSpot before. Tell us what your experiences were. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time.